Special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War aircraft tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Convair F2Y Sea Dart. The Convair F2Y Sea Dart was an American seaplane fighter aircraft that rode on twin hydroskis during takeoff and landing. It flew only as a prototype and never entered mass production. It is the only seaplane to have exceeded the speed of sound. It was created in the 1950s to overcome the problems of supersonic planes taking off and landing on aircraft carriers. The program was cancelled after a series of unsatisfactory results and a tragic accident on November 4th, 1954, in which test pilot Charles E. Richborough was killed when the Sea Dart he was piloting disintegrated in midair. The 4 surviving planes were retired in 1957, but some were kept in reserve until 1962. This Sea Dart here is one of those really unique Cold War aircraft that you really just sit there and wonder why. The Cold War was a very interesting time for military technology, and we saw a lot of cool things come from it, but also a lot of really kind of crazy ideas, to say the very least. And the Sea Dart here was a crazy idea. Now, the problem obviously makes sense. I mean, really at that time, we were still trying to figure out how to have jets capable of supersonic speeds land on carriers, and this here was seen as a possible solution to that problem. However, obviously the U.S. Navy figured that out pretty quickly, how to basically handle that supersonic aircraft, and this project here was just overall completely unnecessary at that point. It's still a pretty cool, interesting piece of history, and I feel like one of those aircraft that really nobody really knows anything about. So hopefully you do enjoy this, and this is going to make a perfect addition really to if you're building any kind of museums, or if you're just looking for some kind of funky Cold War aircraft. This right here might be your jam. As I mentioned, this is a seaplane, so it is designed to be used in basically with the water, and most likely being used fairly close to the water surface. As I mentioned before, it can be used to take off and landing with a dual ski configuration. We do not have that configuration, as the skis are angled oddly, and just a very big inconvenience. I felt it was better just to build the aircraft in flight rather than have those skis and all that stuff. So yeah, with that, before we go and take a look at the Sea Dart, I want to go and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go play a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so, earn a vehicle request of your choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, links will always be in my video descriptions for that. But with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in here to take a look at the F2Y Sea Dart. So going ahead and moving into it, we have the front of the aircraft here, obviously the nose. It's a pretty small aircraft, hence the name Dart. It's a small little thing and darts across the skies, really. We have the cockpit, the detailing around it, obviously the National Star insignia on the side of the aircraft, the various little hazards, rescue logos, and all that kind of stuff on the side there of the aircraft. As we approach a little bit further back, we get into the wings, which is a delta wing configuration, and you have the 2 engines here, which are mounted on the top portion. Obviously, you don't want your engines close to the water, sucking in, obviously water into the engine. It's not going to be a good thing. But again, you have that on the back there, and that right there is pretty much the F2Y Sea Dart. Pretty simple little aircraft, but a fun one nonetheless, and a cool build to include, and kind of teach you a little bit more about some of the cool projects of the Cold War that really most people aren't going to even know about. Anyways, with that though, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we're going to be going ahead and starting with layer 1. Now, one thing I want to mention real quick is if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials is I like to do these half on, half off. What this means is we're building the center line of the aircraft basically on the tutorial, and then we're going to be building the right side. It'll be up to you guys to take what we do on the right side and copy it over to the left side. It's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Just make sure you pay close attention to what you're placing where. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to the tutorial. So to begin with, we want to go ahead and start off by going ahead and placing down 2 dark oak trapdoors. Now these trapdoors here are going to be on the top kind of side there of the block, so they're not going to be down here. like that. You want them on the top section like so. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 of those trapdoors, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 polished black stone top slabs. Now right here, depending on what version of Minecraft you're on, will kind of dictate what you guys do here. So if you're on Java, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of pistons that's going to go across here. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these blue terracotta blocks above those pistons. And we're going to place down the pistons here on the bottom of them. And this right here is going to be a row of 8 of pistons. So just like this, we want that part that extends facing downwards like so. With that out of the way, we can go ahead and then leave this row of blue terracotta up there for the time being. And we can also leave that alone, and we're going to come back to that a little bit later. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, I do recommend instead of doing 8 pistons to do 8 blue terracotta blocks here. You'll see why a little bit later. We will be using a kind of tool in Java to change the properties here of these dispensers, or of these pistons a little bit later. So I would highly recommend using blue terracotta instead on the bottom there. But the pistons here are going to help us get a little bit better shaping. After that though, we're going to then place down a row of 4 of polished black stone top slabs, and then a row of 3 of dark oak trapdoors coming off those slabs like so. After that, going to the front here, we're going to go to the side of this top slab here, place down a dark oak trapdoor, and then a second trapdoor back. After that, we're going to go and take our polished black stone top slabs, and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 polished black stone top slabs back, and then a dark oak trapdoor. Again, if we're on Java, we'll go ahead and grab a debug stick. Now, what this command is, it's going to be /give space @p Minecraft :debug, and it should kind of pop up right there. You can press tab and it should autofill. So we get this command /give space @p space Minecraft :debug _stick, and we press enter and it'll give us a debug stick in our hand. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and go up to these pistons, and by simply right-clicking these pistons, it's going to extend to true, and this will create a look like that there for the pistons. Basically, what that allows us to do is create a nice smoother bottom on the bottom here, compared to using a full blocks of blue terracotta, and get a little bit more accurate to the shape of the aircraft. The reason we place these blocks up on top here of those pistons is that any block changes basically next to the pistons that basically will touch the piston will cause the pistons to basically alter. So example, just like that, the pistons do go back to their original state. So just keep that in mind when you are building that. Anyways though, that right there is going to conclude what we have for layer 1, and with that, let's move on to layer number 2. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer 2. For layer 2 to begin with, we're going to go to the top of these 2 dark oak trapdoors. We're going to place down 2 blue terracotta blocks like so, followed by 1 blue terracotta block forward. We're going to then go up, and above this block space here, we're going to place down a piston that comes off that block going down like so. Like we did before, we're going to go and leave the piston, or we're going to leave this blue terracotta block above the piston like so. Coming off this piston, we're going to place down a polished black stone top slab, and then a dark oak trapdoor like that to go ahead and bring us to the nose there. At this point, going ahead and going back from this blue terracotta block here, we're going to place down a row of blue terracotta going all the way to the back, a total of 20 blocks, and it's going to end 1 block past this dark oak trapdoor. So, just like that, going to the back. We're going to then place down 2 polished black stone top slabs, and then a dark oak trapdoor coming off that last top slab. Going to the sides here, we're going to place down 2 blue stained glass panes coming off these 2 blue terracotta blocks after that piston. We're going to then place down 1 and 2 polished black stone walls, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blue terracotta blocks back. Double check my count here, it's actually going to be 13 blue terracotta blocks back, followed by 2 polished black stone upside down stairs, 2 polished black stone top slabs, and then a dark oak trapdoor there on the very end. Now, after we have that done, we can go ahead and then go up to this piston, and again, if we placed it, do the same technique we did here. If you are on a different version, you can go ahead and place down a polished black stone stair in this place instead. To kind of show you guys what I mean by this, we'll place down a upside down stair like there instead. That will also work, but the piston here obviously is going to be the ideal block placement there in the front for that shaping. Anyways though, that right there will almost conclude the layer. We do have a few things to add on here, and what we're going to add on is we're going to grab an item frame, a yellow bed, and a dark oak sign. On this first polished black stone wall, we're going to place down an item frame, a yellow bed rotated on its side, and a dark oak sign on the side there of it. After that, we want to then go back to our fourth blue terracotta block back, so 1, 2, 3, and our fourth one. We're going to place down an item frame, another yellow bed like so, and a dark oak sign just like that. on the side there. And these dark oak wood signs are only placeable on Java. If you are on a different version of Minecraft, such as Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you will not be able to place down item frames and signs in the same block space. So I would just place down the item frames and disregard the signs there. So the signs are definitely a nice little extra bit of detail to throw on there if possible. But like I said, that's going to end what we have there for layer number 2. And with that, let's move on to layer number 3. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, we're going to place down a blue terracotta block on top of this dark oak wood trapdoor here, followed by a polished black stone wall coming off of it, a dark oak wood fence gate, 2 end rods, and then a chain there on the very end. After that, after those 4 blue terracotta blocks, we're going to place down 3 black concrete blocks, and then we want to go and then place down a row of blue terracotta, going all the way to the back here, a total of 22, and then a blue stained glass pane. I got a little ahead of myself, and I do want to explain right here. This black terracotta right here is space for an interior. If you do want to build an interior for the aircraft, you can leave this space of 3 open for a cockpit. However, there isn't much room really to build one, so we're just going to go ahead and close this off with black concrete, just so we don't have a weird kind of void in here, and it kind of closes off and makes it look a little bit more filled in, I guess. So yeah, that right there is basically what that's going to be there. You can go ahead and also obviously leave that space open or place your 3 black concrete blocks. Either one matters. It's not that big of a deal. Continuing onward though, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that wall there, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor after it, 2 blue stained glass panes, and then 3 polished black stone walls. Coming off this polished black stone wall, we're going to place down an item frame. In that item frame, we're going to place down a red concrete block, rotated like so it's kind of like a diamond, and then a dark oak wood sign on the side there of that wall as well. Again, Java only feature. We're going to then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 blue terracotta blocks back, a polished andesite top slab, and an end rod, or an iron trapdoor, sorry, on the end there. After that, going back up to the front here, we're going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our 6th blue terracotta block back from the front. We're going to place down a daylight detector to the side and turn that to the night mode. We then want to place down a row of polished blackstone slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 polished blackstone slabs back. A daylight detector, turn that to night mode, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor after that. We're going to go ahead and basically place down a polished or a daylight detector coming off the side of this polished blackstone slab here. Turn that to night mode. And we want to go and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 polished blackstone slabs, a daylight detector turned to night mode, and then dark oak wood trapdoor. From this, we're going to place down a daylight detector next to this slab here, so the second one. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 polished blackstone top slabs, or sorry, half slabs, 2 daylight detectors turned to night mode, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor. Our next row is going to be 2 daylight detectors coming off these 2 polished blackstone slabs. We're going to turn those both to night mode, and then 1, 2, and 3 polished blackstone slabs, followed by 4 daylight detectors back. Again, all these daylight detectors will be turned to night mode. And after that row of 4 there, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on the end. Our next row is going to be a daylight detector coming off the side of this block, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 daylight detectors back, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor. We're going to turn these all to the night mode, so just like that. After that's done, we want to go ahead and take our daylight detectors. We're going to place down a row that's going to come off the side here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to turn these all to night mode. And we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood trapdoor there on the end. Our next row, after that row of 5, is going to be coming off the 3rd daylight detector here. So 1 on the side, and the second one back. We're going to turn those to night mode. And we want to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors back. Next row is going to be a row of 3 of dark oak wood trapdoors like so. And then 1 coming off the side there of that one like that. And after we have that done, we basically have our wingspan done. You're going to take the same thing, obviously flip it over the other side, and you have both wings completed and that delta wing configuration good to go. Now that there's going to do it for the main structure for this layer, there is going to be one thing I will cover also, which will be the banners here on the side to make that National Star insignia on the side of the fuselage near the front. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the necessary banner materials to make those banners, and I'll see you guys here shortly to go ahead and make them. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our National Star insignia banners. To do this, we're going to go ahead and start off by place down a loom. We're going to go ahead and then place down a white banner in our loom, and we're also going to need 3 white banners in total, 6 blue dye and 1 red dye. For this though, we're going to place down a white banner and then our blue dye. We're going to go ahead and start off by going ahead and doing a line across the top there with blue, and then a line across the bottom of blue like that. We're going to go ahead and take our blue dye out and place down our red dye, and we're going to do the line that goes horizontally through the center to go ahead and create this striped pattern. We're going to go ahead and place down our white banners back into our loom as well as our blue dye. We're going to go and select the bottom left-hand corner like that, so that's going to be our blue square there. And we want to go and then select the top left-hand corner for that same banner. So you go ahead and create kind of a design that looks like this. This banner here, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to go and do the bottom right corner and the top right corner like that with blue. And we get these three banners that look just like this. Now these banners are pretty simple to place. We're going to go and go to our first blue terracotta block here. We're going to place down our striped banner. These two banners like that so that the white is facing toward them, or toward each other. And then we're going to place down the striped banner right there after that. And that will basically do it for the National Star Insignia on the side there of the aircraft. And yeah, that right there will basically conclude what we have there for layer number 3. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a dark oak trapdoor on top of this blue terracotta block here, followed by a daylight detector turned to night mode, a polished black stone slab, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 black stained glass blocks. We're going to go then place down a row of blue terracotta block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 blue terracotta blocks back, like so. A polished andesite block. We're going to go then place down a piston. We're going to leave the piston alone for right now. Again, if you're on a different version, you can go ahead and place down a polished andesite stair instead in that place. And then after that piston, we're going to place down a polished andesite slab. After that, going back up to the front, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of black stained glass panes coming off these 2 black stained glass blocks there. And once we have that all done, we're going to then place down a polished black stone stair like so, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 polished black stone stairs after it. So we have the corner stair and then 5 stairs back, followed by a red nether brick stair, then black concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue terracotta blocks back, a black concrete block, a stone button, and then a light gray carpet there on top of that iron trap door. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a debug stick here again. And I can go ahead and change the properties here of this piston to go ahead and sit like that on the back there if you're on Java. Once we have that done, going to these sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down a red stained glass pane coming off this red nether brick stair. And then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 of these blue stained glass panes back. And then a light gray stained glass pane there on the very end, like that. Lastly, for this layer, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, and a white bed, and a dark oak sign. We're going to place down an item frame here on this polished black stone stair. We're going to place down a white bed in the item frame, rotated like that to the side, and then a dark oak sign coming off the side of the stair also if you're on Java. And with that all done right there, that is going to conclude what we have there for layer number 4. And with that, we'll be moving into layer number 5. Alright guys, so moving into our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5 to get started with here, we're going to place down an air brick slab on top of the second black stained glass block here, an air black stained glass block back from that slab, and then a polished black stone upside down stair. We're going to then place down a blue terracotta block, followed by 2 pistons right here. And if you are on a different version, I would recommend probably another blue terracotta block and then a polished black stone slab or stair right there. Either one will work, again, for those that alternative. We're going to then place down 2 polished black stone slabs back, 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, 2 daylight detectors turned to night mode, 2 polished black stone slabs, and then a row of blue terracotta, which in total will be 8 blocks back, and then a daylight detector turned to night mode on that polished andesite block there on the end. After that, we want to then go to the side of these, the black stained glass block here. We're going to place down a black stained glass pane, a black stained glass pane back, so a second one, and then a blue stained glass pane after that. We're going to then place down wither skeleton skulls there on the sides of the pistons. We can then go ahead and grab ourselves our debug stick here again, and we'll go ahead and change our pistons to sit like that. After that, we're going to then place down a daylight detector on top of this red nether brick stair. We're going to turn this to night mode. Behind that, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 polished black stone slabs back, and then a polished andesite slab there on the very end. Once you have that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 5, and obviously if both sides transfer over, that's what you should have. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our last final layers. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers, we have layers 6 through 9. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to be going ahead and go into the back tail section here. Obviously, we're going to go into the second blue terracotta block and place down 1 block up, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 blue terracotta blocks back in total. We're going to then go to the second block, place down a polished black stone slab, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue terracotta blocks back, and then we're going to then place down 1, 2, 3 warped buttons here on the last 3, and 1, 2, 3 on the other side as well. After that, we're going to then place down a blue terracotta block on top of this one here, then 1, 2, 3 back, so you have a total of 4. Then 2 on the top here with warped buttons on the sides there, just like that. And after we have that done, we're going to do the same thing over here, and then a polished black stone slab right here, then 2 end rods going forward, just like that. After we have that all done, basically from this point, we have the possibility of adding banners. Now, I'm not going to show you guys exactly how to make these banners letter by letter. There are plenty of tutorials out there that do it. However, you do want to make the banners with a blue background and a white lettering. This right here will be basically used to write Navy on the tail, which is very standard for most of these sea darts. And to basically put it on the right side here of the aircraft, it's going to be a Y, V, A, N, so it reads left to right, Navy. And then over here on the other side, it's going to be N-A-V-Y. So again, it reads left to right, Navy. And that right there will just be on both sides of the aircraft on the tail. And once you have that all complete, that right there will pretty much wrap up my tutorial here for the F2Y Sea Dart. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being the link from a solid build to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to for a project you guys are working on over on Enjoy the Build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, hope you guys do enjoy the design. Again, big special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. And as always, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2.4, and I'll see you guys next time.